for the cooking secrets of a single girl. It's Meatless Monday, and I'm making for you the best veggie burger ever. My secret to the best veggie burger, load it with tons of flavors. So we've got sweet potatoes, quinoa, black beans, jalapenos, red pepper, red onion, cumin, fresh cilantro. Okay, the list goes on and on. We're just packing these burgers with so much flavor that you won't even miss the meat. So we're gonna start with a pound of sweet potatoes. Now we peeled and cubed these and we're gonna add them to boiling water. All right, so we've got our sweet potatoes boiling over there. So in the meantime, I've taken 1 cup of our black beans and I've added them to a bowl. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to actually just smash these. So that's gonna make a great binding agent in the burgers to make everything stick together. And then we're gonna use the rest of the beans later and keep them whole so that, you know, it adds a little like bean crunch in there. But these we're just gonna mash, mash, mash. So our sweet potatoes are all cooked now and we've added them to our mashed black beans. So we're gonna mash them in right with them. And then we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. Both black beans and sweet potatoes are so good for you. Black beans have a ton of fiber in them and sweet potatoes have a ton of vitamins in them. So these burgers are not only delicious, they are healthy. So now to our combination of sweet potatoes and black beans, we're gonna add a cup of cooked quinoa. Just another healthy, delicious ingredient added to the best veggie burgers ever. Tons of protein, which makes up for the lack of meat in these burgers, and a nice like, nutty taste. All right, and then we're also gonna add those whole beans that we had left. So, you know, we just smashed a cup of the black beans and then the rest of them we're gonna leave whole. And we're gonna add our red bell pepper and a red onion and jalapeno and mix it all together. Check out all these gorgeous colors in here. That's what I love about these burgers is they're literally the most colorful burgers ever. You know they say you should have like 5 colors on your plate for it to be like prime healthiness? Well, these have 5 colors in them. Actually more. I mean red, green, orange, you get it. All right, so now we're gonna add our 1/4 cup of, I use ground rice Chex, which is a gluten-free breadcrumb substitute, but you could just use regular breadcrumbs also. This keeps them gluten-free though, if you're wanting to go that direction. And then we're also gonna add an egg. These are our binding ingredients. And we're gonna mix those. And last but not least, we're gonna add our spices. So we're gonna add a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin's one of my favorites. I use it in a lot of recipes. And then we're going to add half a teaspoon of chipotle pepper. So it's gonna give it just a little bit of a kick. Mix those in. And then we have our fresh garlic that we're just gonna crush into here. I don't know what I did without a garlic press before in my life. I'm pretty sure it's one of those like kitchen essentials that you need like first thing when you get out of college. Like I think I had one in the dorms actually. I was probably the only person in the dorms with a garlic press, but I was like, yo, like I need to kick this like dorm food up a notch. I'm gonna throw some garlic in it. Pretty much said if I ever get married, which obviously I'm single because I have a show called Cooking Secrets of a Single Girl, that I would have to have someone that loved garlic because my hands like always smell like garlic. It's kind of gross if you don't like garlic, but hey, if you love garlic, then match made in heaven. All right, so we're gonna add our fresh cilantro. I love fresh herbs. Growing them at home is actually a lot easier than you might think. And I grow fresh cilantro, basil, thyme, rosemary, so that I always have it on hand. It just gives it that nice little pop of flavor. All right, so we're just gonna throw those in there. Just throw the leaves in there as is. You don't have to chop them unless you want to. All right, and then we're gonna mix that all up. And then we're gonna make our patties. All right, so we've got this gorgeous veggie patty mix going on. And now I'm gonna take them and form them into our patties. So we brought our delicious veggie burgers out of my balcony and we're gonna grill them up. So we're just gonna toss them on the grill. gonna use our little spatula so I don't burn my hands. Wouldn't be the first time. Don't mind the city noise. I'm a city girl, so I grill on my balcony. No big deal. There's trains coming and going, and I'm just grilling my veggie burgers. So we're gonna put these on here and grill them for about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do about 10 minutes, flip, 10 minutes. So our scrumptious veggie burgers are all grilled up now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of lettuce, we're gonna place it in there, we're gonna place a little bit of red roasted bell pepper on there, and then we're gonna add some avocado. Just a couple little slices on there, wrap it up, and dig in. Remember, you can find this recipe and so many more on littleleopardbook.com. I'm Whitney Bond, and join me tomorrow for Taco Tuesday, where I'll have another delicious cooking secret waiting for you.